Do I need flood insurance? If you are a home buyer purchasing a home with a mortgage, you are required to have flood insurance. If you're a home buyer or a homeowner who falls outside of this category and you don't think you need flood insurance, keep watching because I just might change your mind. Hi, my name is Jennifer Canepoli, and I sell residential real estate in Destin, Florida with Taylor Allen Properties. Do you think it makes sense to have flood insurance in a low risk zone? Did you know that people who live outside of high risk areas file more than 20% of all flood claims made? The Flood Information Institute says this: 90% of all natural disasters in the United States involve flooding, and flood damage strikes frequently in low or moderate risk areas. Homeowners policies do not cover flooding. So, whatever your area's risk, learn about flood insurance protections. Flood insurance, to have or not to have. It's what we're talking about today, and we're starting right now. Flood insurance facts. Most flood insurance is administered through the federal government, and they're known as the NFIP. There are private insurance providers. The main differences between these two are coverage on your dwelling, your personal property, and the cost replacement valuation of your personal property. For instance, the NFIP has a maximum limit of $250,000 on the dwelling and $100,000 on personal property. But with private flood, you can go as high as $5 million with the dwelling and much higher with personal property. With private flood insurance, there is no extra charge on a second home or an investment property, which makes it very appealing to those types of buyers. And they do write on CBRS zones, which is the elusive COBRA zone, and I talk more about that later. How much does flood insurance cost per year? The average cost of flood insurance is about $545 for the year. That is through the NFIP. There are variances depending on your risk zone, the elevation of your property, and the quality of the structure. So let's say you're in a high risk zone or you're at a much lower elevation, you are going to pay more for your flood insurance. What zones require flood insurance? There are GIS websites that map out the flood zones for you. The updated property appraiser sites do have the flood zone overlay that you can click on, and it even maps out the COBRA zones for you, but it is still highly recommended to have a flood zone determination run for you on your property. What if the property is in a flood zone but the house is not? In this situation, you would pay the preferred risk rate coverage. Your lender may or may not require it. It would depend on them, but either way, it's again highly recommended to have flood insurance. COBRA zone in layman terms. It is a tax break from the 1980s and was designed to deter development, and it has absolutely nothing to do with flooding. I am going to read you this quote from Jason at Affordable Insurance to help explain exactly what it means. The Coastal Barrier Resource System gave this tax break to owners who had not developed large tracts of land in our area. When that land was later sold, the CBRS designation stayed with it. So the CBRS designation is the tax break, which has since turned to COBRA zone. Part of the agreement was that nothing developed on that land would be eligible for government subsidy. So no NFIP coverage, no VA loans, and etc. You can get flood coverage through one or two of the private flood carriers in the CBRS. Right now, the minimum premium is about $2,173. So that is just a quick explanation of the COBRA zone in layman's terms. I hope that helps. Should I get flood insurance? We live in Florida. Even if you don't need flood insurance, you need flood insurance. So talk to your favorite insurance company. Figure out what works best for you and your home. I was able to rely on Jason at Affordable Home Insurance and also Term Brokers to get these in-depth answers for the questions. Because it's that time of year, go ahead and click the link, I think it's over there, to watch my video on hurricane preparedness. You know the drill. Like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. I will be back every Wednesday with more information. Bye.